Let us talk about public acceptance versus private humiliation. A lot of people struggle with being accepted by their peers, by the people who are around them, by their friends, by their family. They want to be looked at a level of importance. They want to be seen as doing well and being able to achieve great things. But privately, they are struggling with private humiliations. Let me give you a scenario. There used to be this friend of mine who was taking this child to a high cost school in his town. High cost school, in fact, the most expensive in his town. And his desire was for his children to be able to get high quality education. And this school was highly prized. It was among the favored ones in the town. And so he took his children to this school. But there was one issue. His income was a bit erratic. This month, just like any other businessman, this month you have a lot of money, you pay fees probably in advance, then you stay a few months without any income. Your wife is working, but is mostly for food and all these other things. But yours is to do the big projects, pay school fees, and all these things. Now, the problem comes when you're unable to secure income fast enough to be able to pay the fees that you pay on a regular basis. At one point, the children were sent back home, and he wanted to take them back to school. And on his way back, he was stopped by the watchman. Just imagine, with your importance, with your fancy, nice car, and with your fancy English, a watchman stops you at the entrance, tells you that, do you have the pay slip from the bank? Have you paid the fees? Then you start saying, no, I want to talk to the headmaster, Then the same watchman tells you to please go. The policy is, if you do not come with full fees paid, don't enter this compound. Don't enter this building. You are not allowed to. That is the policy that has been placed. The guy with his importance, somebody stops you with all your importance. And that is not even the most unfortunate bit. The most unfortunate bit is when his children look at him and ask, Baba, tumefukuzwa pamoja. Or in English, Baba, or my father, you mean we have both been chased? And the smirk on the face of the child, of course, it seems funny, but it is humiliation on the part of the father. The bitterness that that guy had, he took his child to the next best school and borrowed money to pay school fees in the new school and moved on swiftly. You want to look important, you want to seem like you are achieving a lot, but private humiliations come and your children see it and your wife sees it and you are struggling to keep up appearances. Please do not struggle to keep up appearances. If you cannot be able to manage paying that school, it is fine. You will not die of humiliation. You'd rather enjoy private wins and public indifference, because those people will not matter in the next few years. Your family will. Your financial well being will. Do not live in this fancy neighborhood if you can't. If you cringe at every knock on the door that it might be your landlord asking for their next rent, please look for a cheaper house. Do not cringe at every time you have to fuel that car. At every time you have to service that car. It is painful to you. Every time some payment has to come out of your bank to service a car that is a four-wheel drive, yet you never go off-road any given time. Do not cringe at that. You'd rather live humbly, not be publicly seen. In fact, it is funny because people only celebrate your wins for a moment, then they move on to the next fancy thing, the next nice thing. They move on very swiftly. And in fact, it's the same for humiliation. They will ask, why are you seeming like you're not doing well? And they might even ask questions that might be a bit humiliating, but they will move on swiftly. People move on swiftly. Remember, nothing is permanent. Poverty is not permanent. Riches are not permanent, are not fixed. They go up, they go down. The question is, where are you? Are you moving up or are you moving down? Poverty can easily take you, you can easily slide into poverty from wealth because you're trying to keep up with appearances. You'd rather be celebrating public indifference and private wins. Your family knows that in the next year, everything is catered for. But out there, people are thinking you're struggling financially. Rather than people are thinking that you're doing great and you're doing mighty, yet your family knows that you're struggling to pay fees, you're struggling to pay rent. They know that you have been running away from the landlord left, right, and center. And as a parent, your children see it. They see the struggle. They may seem small, they may seem like they don't understand, but they understand the struggle. Ask yourself, what precedent are you keeping for your children? That they can look good out there, but privately struggle with emotions, struggle with depression, simply because they want to keep an appearance that they may not be able to come up with. Remember that friend I talked about? Now, his biggest struggle was whether the children would adopt in these less fancier schools. Children are funny. In the first week, the children had friends. They were able to move on. They were able to do other things with their lives. In fact, the only difference was the other school was dropping them back home, and this time they have to be taken by their dad or take a matatu back home. But the same life, the same studies were the same, and the children moved on swiftly. The only thing was they could be asked by their peers from the previous school, where did you go to? Which school did you go to? But that's it. Nothing changed. So enjoy public indifference, but private wins, because private wins are going to keep you sane, are going to keep you enjoying your life, are going to keep you motivated, are going to make you wake up every day, as opposed to public wins. Public wins, when they move on quickly, and it is embarrassing because everyone has seen your wins. But private wins, private losses, no one knows. Enjoy the private wins, secure your family, secure your finances, and don't care what other people think. My name is Josh Kingori, online finance guy who talks about all things finance, how you grow your wealth, manage your wealth, and become better in your finances. Thank you and enjoy your day.